We are very happy to be joined by CJ Anderson. CJ, it's Big Al and DMac, and what are your feelings today with this this news that I don't know if it caught you by surprise or not, but maybe I should start there. Were you surprised by what happened with you today?
Yes and no. It works both ways. I mean, you hear your name. It was only two names throughout the whole offseason who could potentially not be here. That was myself and Talib.
That's right. Yeah.
Talib got traded. And, my trade didn't fall through or didn't come through for, whatever reasons. And then, today I was released.
CJ, I just talked about this briefly. I think that as a guy who his name has been, associated with a trade, I thought the most solid thing that an NFL team can do for a player in the NFL when they know they want to move away is to release you at the end of the football season so that you are allowed to hit free agency just like everybody else. Knowing that that's not the case, it kind of hinders your ability to get market value because a lot of those positions have been taken. How do you feel about this now?
I don't know how to take that. I know one thing: the NFL is a daily loyalty business. And, for 5 years, I had a great daily loyalty from the Broncos, and my time is up. My time ran out. It's been a hell of a 5-year run here. When it comes to the market and free agency, you are right about that. However, if there's teams who need it back, and all you need is one team to love you, 1 out of 32. Denver was that team for 5 years. They took a chance on an undrafted guy, and hopefully somewhere in these next 31 teams, just find one that loves me, and I can continue to play the best ball I can play. I mean, I'm 27 years old. I'm at my prime. I just came off one of my best seasons in my career. So, at this point, you want to play, you want to play for championships, and you want to contend, you want to compete. I think I bring that value no matter where I land up.
Well, you talked about it. You've been part of big moments here in Denver, and I think that since you've been here playing here, all it's been for the most part has been attempts at championships. Last year must have been one that was really frustrating for you because you had a great year individually, but the team didn't get to the area of kind of the championship mode that you had set out there earlier.
Yeah, I mean, last year was frustrating. Last year was frustrating. It's frustrating on the individual side sometimes too. You go through some games where touches were significantly low for whatever reason. And, I just kept my head down, kept grinding. That's just something I've always done. My whole time here is don't complain, don't give you no trouble on or off the field. Clean cut straight, just come to work every day. Put my head down and go. Every move that Denver made, whether it was to replace me or push me or challenge me, I think I lived up to those expectations and surpassed more. So, I'm a grinder. That's a good thing about me. I know myself. The grind never stops. It never changes. As you played in the league, it just never changes, and the grind never stops, and I'm excited for the opportunity.
CJ, were you treated with respect today? How did it actually happen?
Respect would have been, as they say, get released at the right time. I don't think it's really any good time to get released. But I said it once, and I'll say it again. If you believe, whether that's moving on from me or bringing in another guy as your best opportunity and the best attribute to help your football team, by any means, go ahead. I totally understand. So, Elway just thanked me for everything that I've done for the organization. Said I've worked hard for everything that I've done up to this point, just being undrafted. And, he just said he was moving on. I thought that's the utmost respect that you can get, from a GM or somebody in the front office, face-to-face, pull you in, talk to you, and tell you, what he tried to do. And, he let me know there's a lot of teams out there that wants to give me an opportunity. They just didn't want to pull on the draft pick that he was asking for. So I guess that's the utmost respect. he gave me his loyalty all the way up, until, he felt like it was time to move on.
So you had no expectations of it happening today? You went in for the off-season workouts that began today and were just pulled upstairs, something like that?
Yeah, I mean, I was coming in this season already super motivated, just the simple fact that I can be traded or cut, or released at any time during the season. Just being zero dead money in the business side of this game. So that's something that I had in the back of my head, and I couldn't wait. I couldn't wait to get to work with a different passion and a different fire under me. And now I got a different passion and a different fire under me when I get to work for whoever that next team will be.
Did you hear from Eric Studesville yet today?
No, I did not.
Okay.
Well, I mean, that's certainly one of the names that we've always associated you.
Well, I mean, because Eric works now with Adam, who obviously you have a good relationship in Miami, but I know they just signed Frank Gore. So you have not talked to anybody, or Peter, your agent, hasn't talked to anybody from the Dolphins?
Nah, nobody. I haven't heard about any teams at all. So
okay,
we're just patiently waiting. I don't even know if it's officially hit the wire or hit the news to the league as far as paperwork and things of that nature. But I haven't heard from anybody. We'll be patient here in the next couple of days, and we'll see what happens.
CJ, what was the best moment that you had around here in Denver?
Man, I had some good ones. I had some really, really good ones. The 4th and 1 against the Colts, that's huge. But my favorite moment that, some people, two of my favorite moments. One would be the text message I got from Coach Studesville saying I made the team 6 years ago. That's probably the best moment. I remember in the hotel bed, and I was hurt. I was jumping up and down. I was happy about that. But prior to that, I don't know if people remember this too much. It was a training camp practice. The practice before, this is my rookie year, the practice before I saw Bond wear some, really, really crazy socks. So me being undrafted and not understanding the game and not understanding the position I'm in, I came to practice the next day with my Sonic socks on. Foxy had a live scrimmage with the threes, and I broke off a really long run, broke 2 tackles for a touchdown. That's probably one of my favorite moments, because then it was like, oh, who was that kid from there? And that's probably one of my favorite moments, bigger than the touchdown in New England, bigger than that 4th and 1 Colts, bigger than getting over the line for Super Bowl 50, just because that solidified me as a player, confidence-wise. No matter where you draft or where you can play in this league, and that's how I felt about it. So that's probably one special moment that was a training camp practice that some people probably don't remember and don't forget, but I'll never forget that moment. Wow,
great story. By the way, you're from Northern California. Would you like to team up with Marshawn Lynch and play for the Raiders?
I'm going to just play where I think is the best situation for myself and my family.
Yeah, but your mom could finally root for you, though, if you actually played for the Raiders.
She kind of texted me and said, now I can go back to hating the Broncos. So that's how she feels about it. That's how she feels about it.
Is that how you feel about it? Is that how you feel about it?
Don't get me wrong. If I get a chance to play Denver again, I'll definitely let them they'll definitely remember who I am. I can promise you that. That's just motivation and stuff. But no, man, other than that, it's a good career, man. I mean, I understand the business. The daily, I remain, and I hold that true. Daily loyalty business. That's what it is. I have fun. I had fun. I made a lot of great game-changing plays. I learned a lot from a lot of people in my 5 years in Denver. And, I'm excited for the next opportunity just because I know I'm a grinder. And, if anybody knows me out there, they know I'm going to land on my feet. So we can't wait to see where we're next.
Your attitude has always been positive, bro. I mean, I remember you when you were a rookie. I was saying that you were the best running back on the team when you were the undrafted guy around here. And your energy has just been so good, man. So I do want to take time to talk about something that you are doing that's really good, and that's your foundational work, man. Tell us what's going on, because I think you're changing lives in ways that maybe one day fosters right here in Denver.
Yeah, so Dreams Never Die Foundation. I've been all over this offseason. It's kind of crazy hearing your name, on your work side that, you can be traded or released, and then you get released today. But, getting released today and having Microsoft and Google and YouTube and all these other companies that I've partnered up with for the facility I'm building back in Vallejo, California for academic and athletic resources. Having all those people, Harvard, MIT, email me and say, hey, they still riding with CJ. They still have my back. They still looking forward to helping, my kids back home in Vallejo is huge. It's bigger than just, I was CJ Anderson, the Denver Broncos running back. I'm still CJ Anderson, the NFL running back, no matter where that may be. But it's actually good to have those partnerships and, some of those people, even some of the companies out here in Denver, a robotics company out here, a different app company out here. It's good to have some of those CEOs, CFOs reach out and say they still support me no matter what the circumstances is in Denver or not. So that actually feels good.
CJ, oh man, I know we'll stay friends forever.
No doubt.
Becoming friends with you has been an absolute pleasure. And ultimately, what you accomplish as an undrafted player, and you'll be a Super Bowl champion forever, just like Alfred's a Super Bowl champion forever in this city, no matter what happens. So, man, I know it couldn't have been the easiest day in the world, that's for sure. But with your optimism and just what you are as a person, we know you'll be successful. We're just sad. We're always sad when guys eventually leave one time or another, and that's probably the emotions that I'm going through. Alfred is, and probably a lot of people in the media that I know have reached out to you today.
Yeah, it was actually good. I mean, you guys, I never had a problem with the media, good, bad, or ugly. So, with you guys, Cecil and Cliff and Nikki and Troy, a lot of you, I talked to a lot of you guys well more than off football than we ever talk about football. Whether that was different sports or different players in different sports, that's something that I don't think I will find anywhere. So I definitely enjoyed the media for sure. And you guys always handled me with class, never really slander my name. So it was I'm gonna miss you guys too for sure.
Right on.
Take care of yourself, Brian. We'll be in touch with you. And, of course, I'm going to always catch up with you and find out what you're doing with your foundational work. I think it's fantastic. Fantastic, bro.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Okay.
There you go. CJ Anderson. Man, now I'm really, sad.